We're going to get started. Thank you for being here this evening, April 6th. We'll start with prayer and pledge of allegiance. Please bow your head if you so desire. Gracious Heavenly Father, we come to you today and we give you thanks for this community, for its residents, for its staff, and for everybody who calls Hicksville their home. We ask you to guide this council, its staff, and the residents upon decisions that we make here this day. This time of year, we thank you for your Son, Jesus, upon his death and resurrection, that we celebrate his forgiveness of our sins. We thank you for all that you do. We ask you to be with those who have maybe lost loved ones at this time or just are sick and need healing, prayers for them to feel better and be better through each and every day. Please guide us and direct us. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call.
Egley.
Here.
Bassett.
Here.
Seedyke.
Here.
Valena.
Here.
Miller.
Okay. I know we have a guest here tonight, Joy O'Donnell, and she is a candidate for Defiance Probate and Juvenile Court. Joy, you want to introduce yourself?
Good evening. Thank you, Mayor Barth and council members, for your time this evening to speak to you. My name is Joy O'Donnell. I am a candidate for the Republican primary for the Defiance County Probate and Juvenile Court Judge, which the primary is on May 5th of 2026. Early voting begins tomorrow already. A little bit about myself. I am a native of Defiance, Ohio. I graduated from Defiance High School, went to Hillsdale College for college, obtained a bachelor's degree in history where I took classes in the Constitution, which gave me a great love for our country and for our Constitution and our founding documents, and the role of government, separation of powers between our three branches of government, and that basis then led me to law school. I attended Ohio Northern University in Ada for law school, and I appreciate a small town. My husband and I met in Hillsdale. He's an attorney as well. We got married both right after we both graduated from law school. In 2010, shortly thereafter, we moved to Columbus, where we lived for 3 years, and I worked as a staff attorney for the Ohio Court of Claims. Anytime a person wants to sue the state of Ohio for money damages against a state agency, such as ODOT, a state university, any state agency, all of those claims are heard in the Court of Claims, which is based in Columbus. I worked there for 3 years as a staff attorney, closely with judges, writing decisions, managing case dockets, ensuring timely issuance of decisions in the court. When Sean and I were ready to start a family, we decided we wanted to be closer to my parents, who still live in Defiance, and we moved back to Defiance in 2013. Since 2013, I have worked as an assistant prosecuting attorney for Morris Murray in Defiance County, primarily in the juvenile court. Hopefully most of you have not had much experience in the juvenile or probate court. I know Avery has. Yes, as an attorney. But some things that a juvenile and probate court might hear on a week, that's a wide range of issues and types of cases. You could hear everything from a teenager being accused of sexually assaulting a younger sibling. You could hear a case involving an elementary school age child who has missed more than 72 hours unexcused from school. You could be dealing with a family where children need to be removed from a home due to allegations of abuse by a parent. You might hear a case involving an elderly person who is no longer of sound mind and able to make decisions for themselves. They might not have any family members, and the state may need to intervene to ensure that child or that adult's safety and care. These are a wide range of examples that the court may deal with, and over the past 12 and a half years as an assistant prosecutor, those are the types of cases that I've handled. There's very sensitive cases. Each one is very different, presents a different set of facts. But through my experience, I've seen what a court must do and how it can fairly apply the law to all those who appear before it. As I've stated, my husband and I moved back to Defiance in 2013. We now have 4 young children. Our oldest is 11 and our youngest will be 3 next month. We reside in the city of Defiance. We spent the majority of our spring break actually in Hicksville and in the surrounding townships, going door to door and meeting people. My kids very much appreciated lunch breaks at your park, to be on the playground and get out and about. And fortunately, it was before the tornado hit, so we were able to enjoy some good weather in Hicksville for that. Again, over the past 13 years as an assistant prosecutor, I have been serving my community in the county, and I'm ready to move now from an advocacy role as an assistant prosecutor to a decision-making role if I were honored to be elected as judge. So I'd again appreciate your support. Again, the Republican primary is on May 5th of 2026, and I appreciate your support at that time. Thank you.
Thank you, Joy. Appreciate it. Thank you. All right, we had Jen Kemple and Steph Mazur, Hicksville Community Service Center. Steph had texted maybe about a half an hour ago, said they could not make it tonight, so they would like to reschedule their presentation for April 20th. So that was fine. So with that, we will move on to regular council meeting minutes.
Make a motion to approve as written.
Second.
Roll call.
Egley,
Abstain.
Miller,
Yes.
Valena,
Yeah.
Bassett,
Yes.
Sidak,
Yes.
You have a bills list in your packet. Any questions?
Make a motion to pay the bills.
I'll second.
Roll call.
Sidak,
Yes.
Bassett,
Yes.
Valena,
Yes.
Miller, Egley,
Yes.
Oh, we had boards and commissions. HIX-TV met. Their meeting minutes are in your packets. The first meeting they had. Bill's here if you have any questions for that. There was no committees, I don't think, that met here since the last council meeting. Administrators report.
Just a couple things. Last week, submitted a amendment for our long-term control plan to the Ohio EPA. Currently, our phase 3 was a high-rate treatment system that we really need to try to avoid. So there's some projects that we have proposed, myself and Choice One have proposed, a couple of them that we had just submitted grant applications for, to see if they will accept these projects. Some stuff was changing around the vault and the gate at the head of the wastewater plant. Another one is the separation of Hicks, Wendell, and South Maple. Additional reporting to the EPA. So I'm hoping within the next 60 days we get a yay or a nay from them. Hoping for a yay. Income surveys should be mailed out soon to the south part of the village. Those will be from Maumee Valley, and those are sent out in order for us to have a better chance to get the grant funding for Maumee Valley for 2 of these larger projects. Back on February 26th, out on East High Street in the viaduct, there was a car accident overnight, and you guys have seen it. The curbing's all busted up and the railing's all gone. Between the curbing and the railing, the damages were $10,580 to replace the curbing and all that hand railing. Got the report from the State Patrol, sent it off to our insurance company to let them handle it. The insurance for the automobile that was in the wreck, that insurance company is denying the claim because the driver of the individual was not on the insurance policy. So it went back to our insurance, and our insurance is denying the claim as well because curbing and handrail and guardrails in the village and the very fine print of our policy is not covered due to automobile accidents. So that's some additional coverage that we will be adding to our policy. So I just wanted you guys to know when that gets fixed, we'll see some bills come across for that.
We have, he submitted that stuff, so I have submitted those because the gentleman was arrested for a felony OVI, so he was, so we had submitted that for restitution and asked that through the court process.
Was not leaving the Eagles. Not.
I was wondering about the restitution or not, but I was hoping he's gonna have to pay back.
We're hoping we get something, but, other than that, that's all I got.
I think your guys I know you guys had a lot of rain, a lot of high water, and
Yeah.
I've seen some guys out there in some really bad weather and trying to open up some manholes or get stuff off of them, and they're up to their knees in water.
Yeah, they've been busy with Cameron lines and areas that were separated that are getting a lot of infiltration still, so we're making lists and making maps and,
How the lift stations do,
um,
especially the new one.
the new one was fine. The new one was fine. Ogen Street was getting higher than what we were wanting it to get.
I've seen the red light on the newer one a couple times going by flashing, and
On Defiance Avenue. Yeah.
I don't know if you guys had any issues with the new system or not.
No, all that was is just readjusting the float level on it.
Any other questions for Corey? No, can I reiterate though, the surveys that go out to the community, if you can, fill those out and return them. It is vital to help us with grant applications.
Oh, not to cut you off, but one more thing there, we put a $10 off of your water bill if you submit your income survey back to the village. It's a little incentive.
Very good. Thanks, Corey. Up to Avery.
First one's the final reading of ordinance 2026-01 by capital A to amend chapter 515-1 keeping animals near dwellings.
I believe this was the one that's been tabled and tabled and tabled and tabled. Any direction on this within council? I mean,
I'll make a motion not to approve.
I would like to say something about this. We've talked about this, what, a year and a half? I think we need something in place, but I've always found, I've talked to a couple of you on this. The distance is one of my concerns. I said if it ever came to me for a tie vote, then I wasn't gonna vote for this one in particular. But I do want to, if we're gonna allow people to have the chickens, ducks, and rabbits, I would like to make it more obtainable for them to have those types of animals on their property. With some discussion with people in the community and stuff, I think it's a distance issue. I know there's still gonna be some variance that would maybe needed to keep some of them, but I think a lot of them fit in a lower distance and being more the parameter. I like everything else about I think 50 feet would be more obtainable without sending everybody having these to the variance committee to try to have variances. That's just my 2 cents. I know we've talked about this a lot. I've not really said much about it, but me personally don't mind them having, if they're maintained, if they're taken care of. That's just my 2 cents.
I do have those numbers for you if you would like the difference between the allowable number of houses per in the village versus the 100-foot versus 50-foot. I did run all those numbers.
Well, I think I think most everybody knows the kind of ideas that's going on. It's just the situation where allowing to have, these on the premises that are not, kind of thing. Council has some direction on that. But there is a motion not to go with this ordinance. All right?
That's the motion I made.
something, because the way that it stands, it can't have anything. And I would like to see some people in this village, have chickens. You know, I agree that I think 100 is too much. I even question if 50 is too much. I also would like to see that one rooster be allowed. We have way more of a noise issue with dogs than we do with roosters. So if it's simply noise that's keeping it out of here, I think that that's not a fair argument. And having one wouldn't be that much big of a deal. So I would not vote in favor of the way it's written right now either.
With those comments, I know the ordinance committee worked on this a couple times and have recommended two different things. So I think it needs to be a council-wide discussion to put this together, and because the committee doesn't want to do it again and just have it shot down again. Nothing against your opinions.
Oh, no, 100%
It's just, I think we need to come to an agreement as a group.
I think there's too much gray area in it, especially when it comes to if you can't fit in these requirements, then you can get a variance by your zoning board, and sometimes you get favoritism, like, well, you didn't let them and you let them, or vice versa, and too much gray.
Well, the problem is we've spent a lot of time on this already, and it's been shot down twice now, so if it doesn't get approved, I mean, it's gonna stay as it is for a while, so. It's just, it's frustrating because we start to make progress and then don't, and it's primarily been based off of other municipalities, so we can't cater one ordinance to the 3%. I understand where the 3% are coming from, but also as a village, my original writing of it was based off of other municipalities, so we could just not allow any. But I know I'm just a little frustrated with this one, and it keeps coming back and back because then I don't have time to do other ones. So
If you would vote to strip them completely, what would be the allowance for people who already have operational coops going? Or like for me, I grandfathered into a coop, and I've been begging for the permit since I moved into the house, and all they can do is, while we're waiting, while you're waiting, while we're waiting. So I grandfathered into this. Am I gonna get fined for being against the ordinance for since I moved in when I've been doing nothing but chasing this? I think too many people in the village of Hicksville have chickens already to nix it completely, but I think we can do better. And I know our meeting, the mayor and I had, we both agreed that I think a lot of the chicken owners would chill their feathers, for lack of a better term, especially if we just worked together. I completely agree with what Tony says. Like, there's things that are, if we're gonna say this, that, or the other, what are we gonna start? What about like local places that sell honey? What about little places that do chickens for 4-H or rabbits for 4-H? Are we gonna say in the city of Hicksville, we're not gonna let kids do 4-H with those animals? I think you got a really great point. I would love to see it get better. I know a lot of people would, and I know it's a big thing that everyone's watching too.
I mean, to answer somewhat your question, if it doesn't get approved as is or whatever happens, I mean, as it stands, would be in violation of the ordinance, and I mean, it goes all the way back to even criminal law. Ignorance of the law is not a defense, unfortunately, so you would be in violation. That's just
But even though
where it is.
we were told to wait,
Correct.
yeah, by here.
Doesn't the current ordinance?
The current ordinance does.
The current ordinance is in effect, but I,
If you're not within 100, if you're within 100 feet, you're in violation.
Okay.
Period.
I was gonna say, if you're past the 100 foot, you can still have a chicken or whatever.
Right. But there's none of those, no lot in the center, and no single core lots or double core cots within the city limits are within that, not one. Every single one of them is without inside city limits. If you overlay the map of allowable versus unallowable, it's not.
And it
That's
says
the
it's on
current stance.
Ocean Street that is more than 100.
Is that one, they said
I can give you a couple
they
as
said
well.
that they didn't have any, that they weren't sure with the fencing.
I know it is because we've only cited them for allowing the chickens to run. Their pen is 100, at least 100 or more.
They said they weren't sure from the back when I talked to them. I know down by the hospital, they measured too, and I can't find it. maybe a couple. They will help. I know we don't even have it, we're next to the granary, so on our other side, it's a business, but we still don't have 100-foot wide.
Like I said, Avery's, spoke up, I spoke up. This is something I think needs to be put to rest finally. And like I said, most everybody that, with the way it reads now, everybody's gonna ask for a variance. To me, that's the way it's gonna be, so.
You're gonna ask for one anyway if it's written, so.
Yeah.
Are we going to go back to enforcing what's on the books now?
Well, if there's not one approved, zoning's gonna have to.
Yeah, I don't know that, that's the direction I would like to see, but I understand how this works, right? I would like for us to, maybe, we need to take the time right now to figure this out, I don't know, because I don't want people to have to get rid of chickens and then, in a couple weeks from now, we come up with a game plan and then they're allowed, right? That's not fair to them.
Right.
Never would want to have to butcher.
So if we approve this, what's written, then the ones that are grandfathered in are
Well, there's
still.
no such thing as grandfathered in,
Okay.
that's not a thing.
Okay.
If we're willing to be case by case basis.
I mean, ultimately, either way, anyone that's within 100 feet of someone else's home, regardless of whether they've been there, shouldn't have them there. Because this has been on the books since.
If we change this, as it's written now, we have to do 3 more readings.
Correct.
That's still faster than rewriting it, I guess.
I mean, I'm fine hashing it out now. I mean, we know we gotta go through 3 more readings again, but like you guys said, we need to get it
Why can't we
done.
make improvements and come back and have a final reading in 2 weeks? We've done that before when we've had second readings, we've made improvements and come back and done a final reading based on those improvements. Is that never
Pass it,
allowed?
right?
This one's had 7 final readings.
No, but what I'm saying is it's not like clearly people are not gonna say yes on what it says. So can we, as a group, decide on something tonight, make those changes, come back on the 20th, and it'd be the final reading? Why does it
You wouldn't be able to
need
vote on it tonight.
Yeah.
Right. But why would we need to go through 3 more is what I'm asking.
Say normally your first reading, you're just supposed to read it. Second reading, you're supposed to make comments, and then you're supposed to have the changes done by the third reading.
Right.
And then you vote on it.
Right, but you can during that second reading,
Yeah.
make
Between the
changes.
second and third, or
Right.
see why you
I
can't
don't
the
really-
third and final. I mean,
Right.
that's what the difference is, but.
So if we change this to just 50 feet, we would all agree.
I don't like just mine, the gray area of, if you can't meet those setback requirements, then you can appeal to the zoning board, and then they make the, I don't know, I don't like that gray area in it.
That puts a lot of pressure on our zoning inspector for sure.
It does, but it gives somebody an opportunity to have chickens that otherwise isn't gonna be able to. That's the reason we put that in there.
No, and I think that makes perfect sense.
Yeah,
And
because, I mean, the zoning board of appeals is there for a reason. It's their job, I mean, to hear appeals, so.
And it's a board, and it's none of us who sit on that board either.
Right.
So,
How much is a Board of Zoning Appeals fee? Is that like $250?
100.
Just so people are aware they're gonna have to pay a fee to go before the board.
If they really want chickens, I guess it's.
I was
not
gonna
that
say,
big a deal.
if they want their chickens, they'll pay.
So that they know
If
it's
you
not
double
just
that fine
a.
and I'd be here tomorrow.
Kent also brought up
Oh, well, it's
well, you had brought up a comment
nothing big.
earlier about,
Ducks and geese ought to be located in the designated coop area.
It's not
Now,
written.
that's not a life and death, or, I don't think you want
just
them
says
running
chickens and
free
rabbits.
range.
Well, we received a complaint about ducks, but we haven't looked into it yet.
Free roaming ducks. Free duck.
Roaming ducks are called free range dinner.
Well, no, but if they're gonna keep them, they ought to be
They all-
included.
they all-
in-
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'd so.
No.
I mean, yeah, that could cause an accident.
Yeah, I guess we missed the word.
And the ones we have in the retention pond at the school are not school-owned, okay? They are random. The ones that fly in the courtyard and have their eggs, lay their
Independent
eggs.
contractor
Yeah,
does.
those are not ours. They're not in a coop either, I'll tell you.
Pond's outside the jurisdiction, Bassett. So we're good.
What are people's thoughts on the rooster?
As long as they got that choker on or whatever it is. and-
Cockerel ring.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, what would be the downfall of a rooster other than waking me up at 5 o'clock in the morning?
I mean, I had a rooster behind my house for a while. It didn't affect us. I didn't hear the neighbor's dog over the rooster.
Or the loud cars under the viaducts.
So we can make those few changes and come back
Well, if you want a
2
motion.
weeks.
Well, Eric, what are your thoughts?
On one vote. If you can, on one vote.
Yeah, I'd like us to make a decision. I mean, make some changes if we can, or keep it the way it is, or
You have to make a
Go on
motion,
in.
make a motion to,
if you want to make the changes, yeah, you can make a motion.
I would like to make a motion to make those couple changes and come back in 2 weeks and have a final reading.
What's your changes? Huh?
Specified.
The 50 feet distance and keeping the ducks and geese in the coop and allow a rooster. Yeah.
So section 1 can be changed from chicken and rabbits to animals, or allowed animals must be located within a designated animal coop and run.
Those three.
Yep.
Mike made a motion.
A second.
Roll call.
Egley,
Yes.
Miller,
Okay, we're voting on his, not Eric's. Okay, I'll vote yes, as long as we can get it done in 2 weeks.
Valena,
Yes.
Bassett,
Yes.
Egley.
2 weeks.
Did I give you twice?
Yes.
Okay,
I get 2 votes?
no.
You get me, Cheryl?
Forgot
See
about
that?
it.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, first reading of ordinance 2026-04 by caption only to amend appropriations and declaring an emergency.
Make a motion to suspend the rules.
Second.
Roll call.
Egley,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Valena,
Yes.
Zedek,
Yes.
Bassett.
Yes.
Second final reading of ordinance 2026-04 to amend appropriations.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Bassett,
Yes.
Zedek,
Yes.
Valena,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Egley.
Yes.
First reading of ordinance 2026-05 by caption only authorizing fiscal officer to transfer funds and declaring an emergency.
Make a motion to suspend the rules.
I'll second.
Roll call.
Egley,
Yes.
Bassett,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Valena,
Yes.
Zedek,
Yes.
Second final reading of ordinance 2026-05 authorizing fiscal officer to transfer funds.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Egley,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Valena,
Yes.
Zedek,
Yes.
Bassett.
Yes.
Second reading of resolution 2026-10 by caption only authorizing the sale of unneeded, obsolete, or unfit village property, including by internet auction for the calendar year 2026.
Make a motion to approve.
Second reading.
Oh.
Then we have first reading of resolution 2026-13 authorizing an easement to AEP Electric for the installation of electric distribution facilities and declaring an emergency.
Make a motion to suspend the rules.
I'll second.
Roll call.
Bassett,
Yes.
Zedek,
Yes.
Valena,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Egley.
Yes.
Second, final reading of resolution 2026-13, authorizing the easement to AEP Electric for the installation of the electric distribution facilities.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Miller? Helena?
Yes.
Sirdike?
Yes.
Bassett?
Yes.
Egley?
Yes.
First reading of resolution 2026-14, authorizing the mayor to execute a second amendment to lease agreement between the village of Hicksville and Johnson Memorial Library Friends and declaring an emergency.
Is there a reason why they changed their name?
Well, it never existed as an entity.
Yeah, it's just a legal cleanup.
I guess it's been that since 2016 or something, and we just now got asked to amend it.
I wonder if it makes sense.
So it doesn't change the lease or anything?
Yeah, it's literally just
You know, just a name change, they'll lean on it. Okay.
yeah.
I'll make a motion to suspend the rules.
Second?
Roll call.
Miller?
Yes.
Helena?
Yes.
Sirdike?
Yes.
Egley?
Yes.
Bassett?
Yes.
Second final reading of resolution 2026-14, authorizing the mayor to execute a second amendment to the lease agreement between the village of Hicksville and Johnson Memorial Library Friends.
So moved.
Second.
Bassett?
Yes.
Sirdike?
Yes.
Helena?
Yes.
Egley?
Yes.
Miller?
Yes.
All right, got through that. Thank you, Avery. Department heads. Chief? Oh, he's left, he's gone. Bruce?
Over the past week or couple weeks, you guys have probably been like, why is Bruce sending me so many emails? One of the emails that I sent to you was, Cheryl and I had actually been working on the bylaws for next door, so I'd like to get them approved tonight. Next week?
Next meeting.
Oh, next meeting?
We have to have legislation.
I'd
Oh.
like to do a resolution, but they looked good other than,
There was only one thing that we had to add, and that was these will supersede any prior ones, so.
no, I didn't see an issue with them though, so I just need to do a resolution to adopt them.
Okay, good. Other than that, I don't know if Mark will speak about it, the PNR did come out and take a look at our tornado sirens. They are putting together something for us. There was also some other items popped up on some radios with the MARC system. We actually got contacted, or Cheryl got contacted about 6 of our radios next door. So we had to get them out of our system, and they have been taken off of our bill. Other than that, April 21st at 5 o'clock, our medical director will be here. So if you have any questions or concerns, other than that, that's all I have.
Yeah, we talked just a little before.
Right.
You want me to bring up that one subject or not? As far as the power you get.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll bring it up, but I don't want to put you on the spot.
No, I mean, that's, I got big shoulders.
Well, and I'm not doing it
Right,
to
no.
bounce you, but on the last page in the bylaws, it's got, you got over so many hours per month or whatever he has the power to get rid of. And he was asking, does he still have to bring that to council, or does the bylaws give him the authority to do what he needs to do?
Because
That's the reason I'm bringing it up.
All right, so the reason why that is in there is, I think, Kent asked me a very valid question earlier, and that was, why do you have so many shifts that are open? And a lot of them are on the weekend, are the weekend shifts. And I will say that because they're on the weekends, we do have a lot of people that just don't want to pick up. With that being said, I've got a handful that, I have one gentleman in particular that hasn't been on the schedule since August. And when I put him on a schedule in March, he was all set to work, and then 2 days before his shift, he called off. So, at this point, my feeling is that we just, need to move on from a handful of people. And to Tony's question, have we paid for any of these? No, we have not. So we're fine there.
I know a lot of names have been brought to us to approve.
Yeah, no, you're right.
16 open shifts in the month of April
Right.
alone.
Oh, yeah,
We
yeah,
always
yeah.
ask, they already know it's gonna be weekends, they know it's gonna be nights. Yep. And
Yep. I'm not trying to put somebody on the spot, but like Derek, he picks up a lot of my weekends. But this is his month where it's his weekends to work, okay? And that's just the way it is. I've got some people that have started new jobs that are kind of on the old rotation that Tony and I used to do, where I'd work every other weekend. So working another weekend isn't in their wheelhouse, even if it is only for 12 hours. So, we're doing what we can, and like I said, I've got eight to 12 people that are next door that are finishing their the class, the skills this week, and then they take their national registry, and they're chomping at the bit to go, but they got to be trained first, So.
I guess did that really answer your
Well,
question?
Right.
Once these are approved, does he have authority to do what this says, or does he have to come to us?
No. You should-
I'm hoping he can just do it.
You should be able to do it. Department heads have the authority to do that, so they don't have to ask for our blessings, or they can run it by personnel if they have issues within their personnel guidelines, but.
Well, the reason why I bring that up is I don't wanna open us up for any, legal issues. So, that's why I asked.
I think the point would be of a department head is if there would be an issue, then it goes to personnel, and then it comes before council if there were to be an issue, but, you're a department head for a reason, so I would think most of that power would reside with them. That's my 2 cents.
Okay. That's it.
Thanks, Bruce.
Yep.
Chief, you got anything, or you gonna?
The only thing I got is our new vehicle is at statewide Ford. It'll be probably 90 days. They got to order the equipment to go inside of it, and then they'll transfer the equipment out of the one that we're getting rid of. And then once that's in service, we will be selling the old one, the other Dodge Durango, and one that was just forfeited to us. But it's wrecked.
Yeah, on the back lot there.
So we'll sell those on gov deals.
Okay. Very good.
So,
Thank you. Derek?
I think Eric's gonna bring it up, so, other than that.
Go ahead, Chief. You got something to bring up?
No.
Oh, okay. I really don't have anything from the fire side. I just mainly got up here because I think some people do watch HIX-TV. I just want to get up here and thank everyone, Corey and his crew, John McCullough and his crew, ODOT for the weather misery that we had last Tuesday. The fire department, everybody, the whole county was in an uproar. We had a lot of properties that were damaged out on Jericho and Case Beer. Even some of the local citizens we've seen pulled up and try to do traffic duty and help out. So I more or less just want to thank everyone for the team effort with all the misery going on around Hicksville, coming together, putting up high water signs and being traffic, the local police, also. I guess that's just what makes the fire department and public safety special for these type of events where everybody just pulls together like a team. Defiance County, way up in the city, they had their own mess, but just listen to the radio traffic. Everyone came outside to play despite the weather conditions and that sort of thing. So I'm appreciative of that, and I just want to get up here and say thanks for everybody's teamwork. Other than that, from the fire end of things, I don't have anything to report unless y'all have questions.
This only came from citizens that called me, and I agree with them. We don't get the tornado warnings till it's already past Hicksville. So does Defiance really care about this end of the county?
But don't they go off at Toledo? Aren't they?
Well, yeah,
It comes out of the northwest Ohio,
Well,
or
we,
northern Ohio, wherever the weather service is.
Yeah, but it seems like it's
always been late, a number of years.
We did receive it late, as far as whatever phone service you have, it sent out a big old thing. Then not even minutes later, they said that they see a sighting of one, and then it was just all downhill from there, with everything. But I don't disagree with us needing more of I guess, early preparedness.
Bring it up.
So it usually goes, it's either coming from EMA or it's coming from teletypes from the weather service to communications. You know, and sometimes it depends on how they're sending it out, I think. I know I've called communications before and told them because I'll get an alert from Wayne TV or one of the local Fort Wayne stations and say, this is what we got, and they'll tell me, we haven't got anything yet, you know, and
So like it's the day and age that have
you would think so.
coverage for this end of the county, but whatever.
But it's, I think it's been that issue for many, many years.
Oh, yeah, it has
I
been.
can remember.
So, and I don't know what the solution is to fix it, but, you know, I know how things come in down there, and, you know, I think it's just a matter of when whoever's sending those messages out in a timely manner, but I think we get more information from the TV networks.
Right.
So-
Maybe we should reiterate
Especially
that
up on
to
the
people.
west, 'cause we're up on
Right,
the
right,
west.
we're so close to Fort,
Yeah.
Indiana, Fort Wayne. I mean, I would encourage people to maybe pull up those weather channels in Fort Wayne, was it 15, 21, and 33, and watch the weather as it's approaching from that direction. It usually does. So.
Well, yeah, but then they also depend on the tornado sirens. Well, they don't do any good.
Well, the siren went off, but that was before the tornado sign thing went out. But I guess the weather storm siren alarm, but then the tornado warning came across way late after that. But, you know, I've had residents and citizens thanking us for coming out. We do what's called weather spotting. So when there's bad weather, our fire department comes together and we post crews at different parts of the village to look for damage or any assistance that residents may need, trees falling, inclement weather, you know, that sort of thing. So we were doing just that when everything else just kind of unfolded. But then again, I think, like I said, some of our firemen went out on case spear and actually got up on the roof and put somebody's tarp on somebody's roof, drilled it in so they won't continue to get the rain inside their home. So I'm grateful for everybody that came together.
So, Hicksville Fire Department is probably, because they quit doing the notification to all fire departments for weather watch. And basically they decided it was an individual, fire department, how they wanted to do it. So we work with them, so if we know there's bad weather coming in or it starts, you know, we will tell them to page out the fire department for weather watch. So,
Because like I said, we don't control our our sirens here. It's,
No. And I don't know if we can.
We cannot.
No.
No, they just enacted that.
So,
reconnect.
No, I know it's not you guys' fault, it's an ongoing problem. Seems like
no, I
somebody
can't.
cares somewhere.
You're right, Ken, it's been a.
Yeah, whatever,
Well.
it is what it is.
All right, thanks, gentlemen. Got fiscal officer's report.
Besides the normal fund status report, I'd like you to pay attention to the income tax. This is first full 30 days of April, and she is just on fire. Look what she collected. That's 1.5 times what I asked her to collect. And the utility collections are the same.
I think April's doing a really good job down there, and she's training Gina Romo down there, so those two girls, and, you know, Abby's part of it too, with that whole,
Oh, yeah.
the three of them sitting down there, but a lot of people are coming in, and we appreciate you turning your taxes in and reporting everything that needs to be, so thank you and thank them. Questions for Cheryl?
Tell them don't wait till the last minute.
Don't wait till the last minute to bring
Yeah.
them in, yeah, bring them
There
in.
will
as
be
soon
a
as
line.
possible. Absolutely, so. My turn? I can't find my notes. We'll pass. I just want to remind people, the festival committee's still working. We got the festival coming up June 5th, 6th, and 7th. The committee's working on a lot of different events. If anybody would help, like to sponsor anything, or if they want to help organize an event for the festival, please contact myself and/or Chris Fichter at the Huber, and then we can work with you, and the committee gets together. We're starting to meet regularly here about once every month here, once every week coming on. So I want to thank them for doing that, making this year's festival a nice opportunity for people to enjoy the community. I hope everyone had a blessed Easter this last weekend and enjoyed their family and time with that. So American Tower update. A little bit of communication through emails. It was getting closer. I think it's getting closer. I say that a lot. It's been a lot for the last, what, 4 years, almost 2.5 years I've been here, and prior to that. But I reached out to Michael Wall with the Keller, and I want to make sure with their build and everything, they're not trapped later, or, you know, maybe have some issues with growth or anything. So I've asked Michael to kind of intercede and get with them to make final changes, but as far as I could tell, it was getting close to signing off on in that regards. And then, you know, we're with the new housing opportunities we have in town. I think Corey's and Brian and Cheryl have been looking at opportunities to what's best for the village with these opportunities coming in. You know, we have to have build agreements and planning agreements and different things like that. So working with Donnie Warner, he's our real estate kind of attorney, and some of them, I know April's working with one of the groups, April's firm, I'm sorry, not April, Avery's firm. So each group has their own attorneys working on their own part of the project. So I want to thank them for that. So I think that's all I had. But,
You ever like to go into executive session for personnel?
sure. Motion for executive session.
Second.
Okay, roll call.
Bassett,
Yes.
Egley,
Yes.
Valena,
Yes.
Miller, Siedike.
Yes.
Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful week.